through turn 4. Does the 24 have enough? It's going to be a drag race to the line. We're going down the left track. They got 96. Wins the race at Coda. This is the Championship 4, race number 1. Here today from Coda. Hello guys and welcome here to the Carvana Wildcard Series, second to last race of the season. Here today from Circuit of the Americas. This was home to our championship race, our season finale last season. It is now home to the second to last race this season and the home to the race for the Road Course Championship. So a lot is at stake here today for the Road Course Championship and the overall championship, which Mike Irwin enters as the points leader, and he is the pole sitter today. So a lot at stake for him, a lot at stake for a lot of these guys as we get ready to get going here. Real quick, let's show you your road course standings. So Mitch Collins enters as the heavy favorite, I believe, to win this road course championship. He's the only driver with 2 wins on road courses this season. We'll see what he is able to do. So real quickly as well, a few things to address here in pre-race. First off, I'd like to apologize for not having races up. In the past few weeks, we had, as you notice there, that was not Race Points Manager, that was Score 4 on your screen. We've had to switch points programs, and literally right after that, so literally right after that, I had a big issue with Fraps, so I had to download Bandicam instead. So if the race looks a little different, I apologize. So I apologize for not getting those up. Hopefully these matters are resolved for the rest of this season, and hopefully we'll have no issues in the next month and a half, or in a month and a half from now when we start the Jello Cup season number 5. We shall see what'll happen with that. And real quick, I'm hoping that this works, but I believe if it does, this is the first race on GCN in 4K resolution. So if you have a 4K compatible device, flip it on over to 4K if we offer it on YouTube. And also, for the first time ever, the Championship 4 will be on Facebook Watch. So we hope, if you're not watching it here, welcome to our Facebook viewers as well here on GCN. We're glad you could make it. And one more thing before we get going. We are holding a little bit of a sweepstakes starting this very moment. Anyone who enters our Discord over on GCN, or for GCN, will get a reserved ride for season number 5 of the Gel Cup Series. You must register between now and the conclusion of the Bristol race, our season finale. So in order to register, I will have the link down in the description. It is also on your screen, on the lower third on your screen, so be sure to head over there. Sign up. You must stay in the Discord, though. You can't just join and leave. That is not how it works. You must stay in the Discord as well. Granted, there's not much in there. We are doing our Jello Cup Series silly season right now, so you can see all the rides that'll be available starting April 1st when reserved ride sign-ups start. So keep your eye out for that. But real quick, before we get going, one more thing. This is the Carvana Wildcard Series. This is the Championship 4 here on GCN. Let's roll your special Carvana Wildcard Series Championship 4 intro, and we'll be right back with the starting lineup here in just a moment. And Mike Irwin will come out of the final turn. He'll make his way down the front stretch, and he will win the race here, the double points race here at VIR. Mike Irwin. He'll capture his second win in 3 races here today from Gateway. No one's going to make it on gas. Annie Thomas is going to get the win at Auto Club. FRODOMAR OTTS is going to win his first race here today in Sonoma. Have it through turn 3 and 4. Side by side, Dave James fights back on the outside to win at Darlington. Welcome back. The starting lineup is on your screen. Your Championship 4 drivers will be highlighted in green today on the starting lineup. And they will also be carrying our onboard cams. I don't know if we'll be using them for this race, but they will be carrying them. Mike Irwin, he's got your Crown Royal on board. Annie Thomas in the 88, she's got your Ford onboard camera. Dave James, he's got your Haviland onboard camera. And FRODOMAR OTTS, he's got your Tide, or your Chevrolet onboard camera. Last season we had a thriller here. Devin Blue on fresh tires, a 6-second deficit to make up in the final stages of the race. He made it up, took the lead on the final lap, final corner, going down the front stretch. Seen in her normal intro, but he went on to win the race over the defending champion, the outgoing defending champion, Tim Horton. At the conclusion of these next 2 races, he will not be your defending champ, but he did the win. Another fun fact, as we get going and the pace car peels off, no Championship 4 driver has ever won in the Championship 4. Can that all change today? You've got 2 of them on the front row. It's very likely, but Mike Irwin and Dave James lead down the long front straightaway. As green flag is displayed, Championship 4 is underway at COTA. Dylan Young makes it too wide behind. I believe he is the 6th and still alive in the Road Championship. There are about 6 or 7 mathematically still alive in that championship race. And Mitchell Collins is the leader of that. We, of course, will have a special post-race show to inform you of who will be the champion. But it is a very close race as Mike pulls away to start. Ben Crouch second. Keep in mind, Ben Crouch could walk out of here with a 4 lead. He could. And he's possible here. But regardless, the Bristol race is a double points race. So, Mike Irwin, there's really no safe gap for him entering Bristol, because regardless, he will have the double points race to worry about. The one thing he can clinch today is not only the tiebreaker for playoff points and wins, but enter Bristol, obviously, with a pretty solid lead. So something to watch here is James and Dylan Young. They are battling back there for third. You see Dylan Young there just on the corner. And there he goes, and it looks like he rear-ended the 42 of Dave James. So Dave James, a little bit of damage to start. That's not a good thing for them. And if they do come to the pit lane, they're going to have a little bit to repair, and I believe the 2 came to the pit lane. Yes, the 2 came on pit road. But yeah, you see the back end of the 42 of Dave James, not the start he needed this Championship 4 race. Now keep in mind, I've mentioned no Championship 4 drivers ever won Championship 4. What I didn't mention is, and it's the obvious, no Championship 4 has ever been 2 races in length. And obviously, this is the old style of things. Mike Irwin cannot win the championship on this race win. So that is something as well to keep in mind. The only thing he could do is extend his lead entering the final race at Bristol. You see, though, we have to check in on the road course championship driver, or point leader, Mitch Collins. He is 31st. Right now, not a good start for the man who's won 2 out of the 10 road courses that we have run so far. Ben Crouch is back there. He's closing quick on the 97. Keep in mind, we saw here last year, tires mean everything in this race. And Dylan Young obviously now on a 2-stop strategy. That should be noted. If not a long 1-stop strategy. So for Dylan Young, he's going to have some work to do. But for the rest of these guys, like I said, tires mean everything on this track. This track, of course, used for Formula 1 and now the NTT IndyCar Series. As you see, tires do benefit you big time here, and these drivers know it now. They come to the pit lane. FRODOMAR Ott, hoping to cash in on some strategy. He goes to the race lead here at COTA. And he'll get a bonus point, a much-needed bonus point. Mind, FRODOMAR Ott has already won a road course race this season. He won it at Sonoma. This is obviously a much longer course than Sonoma, so FRODOMAR Ott, like I said, the strategy could pay off for him. It would pay off big time if we got a caution too, but look who's stalking in the background. That's the number 8 of Zach Hussey. Let's look out the rear camera on the Chevy on board, and you see that 8 just closing. Again, I apologize for the cars being so blurry, but we are in 4K as mentioned. Or at least the recording is. I don't know if the actual race is. I'm hoping it is. And again, once more, I want to take this moment to remind you, it's the battle kind of settled. Let's take a moment to remind you that Discord, we are having our big Jello Cup Series reserve ride giveaway. You must sign up for the Discord by Monday when flags over at Bristol. You must do it by then in order to receive your reserve ride for Jello Cup Series Season 5. This is the last sweepstakes we will be doing for that. So if you do not sign up by then, you will not have a reserved ride for season number 5. As you saw, Hussey, FRODOMAR, OTTS pulling onto the pit lane. Johnny Gardner also stayed out. So did William Brock and Annie Thomas. Giorgio Sumu back there. Looks like he's going to get the race lead. Assuming these guys do not cycle back out as the race leader, but you see them going left side tires. And a very bold strategy being played by some of these drivers here, and especially by the 32, because once again, he's still in this championship battle. As you see here, they're going to cut it close. But the 32 of FRODOMAR OTTS is your race leader. But for how long? Keep in mind that 41 could have done 4 tires on their stop. It is a tight battle up front. And Mike Irwin's gone quite a ways back. He's fallen all the way back to 8th. This is not the start this team needed, or the finish this team needed, especially seeing that FRODOMAR OTTS is in control of the race here. But don't rule out the 41. Giorgio Stumu could pull off the biggest upset here in the Championship 4. And also keep in mind, they might still have to pit again. That is also a possibility. Dave James, we have to check in on him. He is in the 42, and he is currently in the 17th position. It's right on the Haviland camera. And yeah, they definitely stopped to fix the damage, because they wouldn't be that far back if it wasn't for the damage on that 42 car. That is a tough break for them. Not the result I'm sure they were looking for here today. And they're going to have some work to do over at Bristol in a few days. Bristol will be up on Monday night. It is undetermined. It is a to be determined time because I'm recording this on Monday. Or I'm recording this the Monday before, so we'll figure it out. You'll see it on Discord and you'll see it on Facebook if you haven't already. Again, I'm kind of recording this before I made a decision on that. As it's 2 laps to go, the 41 did pit. What does this mean for FRODOMAR OTTS? Does he have enough fuel to get to the finish? It's a 2-man battle right now. And it looks like the 97 had to pit once again. Mike Irwin, this could put him in some danger. Up front, though, Ben Crouch has been running second most of the race. And he's been running a very close second all race. Could this be his chance to finally take the race lead? You see him using the draft down the straightaway. You saw he closed quite a bit there. Does he have enough? Keep in mind the 32 might be on some pretty worn right side tires. And I'd assume about the same for Ben Crouch in that 78. If he only did left sides. We've seen some weird results this season. We've seen him pit on the last lap coming to the checkers. Can we see the same? Or will FRODOMAR pit before then? And you see Ben Crouch, he's all over the back bumper, and they'll pit. Coming to the white flag, they'll pit. Jacob Dillons will pit. Zach Hussey will not. Neither will Johnny Gardner or William Brock. Brad Stover will. So will Dave James. I don't know about that one. I would have tried to stretch it there. Up front, though, Dave James just took the white flag. 1 lap of racing to go for the number 8. And now he could pull off a big upset today. Annie Thomas is in 4th. Keep this in mind. Annie Thomas could come out on top of the Championship 4 drivers in this race, assuming she makes it to the finish. Ben Crouch beat the 32 off the pit lane as well. So FRODOMAR OTTS is currently your second Championship 4 driver in the race. Looking on back, Mike Irwin is 3rd of the Championship 4 guys. And Dave James, he's got a little ways to go. Back up to the 8, though. And the question will be, does he have enough to get to the finish? He's got the advantage. Keep in mind, 3-second lead here, not all too big. We saw it last year with Tim Horton having a 3-second lead, and it closed up pretty quick. Did you see the 8 making it through some of the final corners here? Will he have to pit? Through the S's. Even if he pits, and he won't, so out of the final corner and down the front stretch, Zach Hussey. He's going to steal one from the Championship 4 drivers here today at COTA. Congratulations to Zach Hussey. A big upset for him. How's about Johnny Gardner and William Brock finishing off the road course part of the schedule strong? A good showing for them. And Annie Thomas comes out on top as the Championship 4 driver. It wasn't by much, though, because FRODOMAR OTTS comes home in 5th. Those two are the front 2 for the Championship 4. As it'll enter its final race at Bristol, we'll see the points impact, though, in just a moment. Mike Irwin, he's going to come home in 14th today. Oh, Dave James, he's not going to make it to the finish. And he's going to have a lot of work to do. I apologize, I got cut off, guys. I want to thank you for watching the Championship 4 race here from COTA. Here come your results and standings. We'll see you for race number 22, the final race of the season. And it'll be live at Bristol on Monday. Well, guys, this is it. Mitch Collins. He is officially your road course champion for the Carvana Wildcard Series. He may have missed out on the Championship 4, but he makes up for it today here at COTA by winning the Championship 4. Dylan Young will come home second in that battle, just 5 points back, and 9 points separating Mitch Collins and Dave James. Then it was Joshua Saculli tied with them for 4th, and Daryl Manning in 5th. Something Team Penske should be proud of. 1-2 in the road course championship. So it is very clear Team Penske was very dominant on the road courses this season. Now on the flip side, let's take a look at the championship standings for the overall championship, as it'll be between FRODOMAR OTTS and Mike Irwin. They are tied entering Bristol. Annie Thomas is 1 point back, and then Dave James is 18 points back. Keep in mind, it is a double points race entering race number 22 at Bristol. So a lot can happen, and it being tied is, oh boy, it's going to come down to whoever finishes first. Now keep in mind, Mike Irwin has the tiebreaker. So Mike Irwin would be your champion if it were to end this very moment, which is something FRODOMAR OTTS, Annie Thomas, and Dave James have to consider. I want to draw your attention, though, to the bottom part of the standings here, the go or go home standings. For some reason, this is incorrect. Jacob Dillons is not last, neither is Daniel Voiles. They do not have that few points. If you go back and look at Talladega, it's very clear that the points are messed up. Obviously, we imported all the we imported Talladega, and I manually entered the points because score 4 broke down. So I apologize for that, and I apologize to them. Hopefully this matter gets resolved. Thankfully, because we use a different mod every year, we don't transfer over the top 30 in points. So it really doesn't have an impact. It's more just the principle of it that it should be fixed. And I tried to fix it manually, and for some reason it didn't go through. So my apologies to those guys. We want to thank you for watching. We will see you for the final race of the season at Bristol on Monday. Until then, goodbye, everyone.